Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Bring Back the Love Conversations, a conversation about love and R&B. I'm your man, AJ Throwback. Great to be here with y'all on this Friday evening. And I am so honored to have one of my brothers. I have known him for almost 11 years now. We met back in Brooklyn. You know what I'm saying? The what was it? The Stadium Status 5.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Stadium
man.
status.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Uh,
I've known this
yeah,
brother.
it was five. My favorite number.
Yeah. How about that?
Yeah.
How about that? My brother, I know him as Jazz, but he goes professionally as Hell Yeah. Welcome, brother.
How you doing?
I'm
How you
great,
been?
man. How you doing today?
I'm good. I'm good. I'm good. I'm good.
That's
Good.
that's that's
Good.
good. That's good, man. So welcome first and foremost, welcome to the platform, and I appreciate you for joining in on this conversation about love and R&B, man. Like we
Yeah.
we, we was talking before we even got this thing going, like just our love, for love and our love for the music.
Yeah. Two of my, like I said, two of my favorite topics. I said, thank you for having me. Thank you for having
Absolutely, brother. Absolutely. So we're gonna go ahead and get started. I mean, continuing this trajectory that we've been on about new love. And so I want you to give me your experience about the first time like you came across a woman who just made you feel like new and special without even knowing much about her.
that. I got probably got the perfect scenario. Kind of. Actually, probably the young lady I'm talking to now. I know her for like, say probably, maybe a good 20 plus years, but we only been speaking for about six. Like I don't know, like we used to work together. I don't know what it was, but like from the first time I saw her, I was just drawn to her, and I was like, yo, you know what? I want to talk to her. But at the time, I was in a relationship, and she
Mm,
was in a relationship, and my coworker was like, "Yo, don't even look that way. Like she got mad kids. You got a bunch of kids. Y'all don't even need to talk at all."
yeah.
And it's funny, like, so we end up becoming like, I think like we end up becoming um friends over social media, and I never really said nothing to her about how I felt, but I still remember that day that I first saw her like it was yesterday. And I think so maybe like you fast forward to, let's say, about a good 15 years later, we end up having a conversation one day on social media, and we end up in a whole relationship.
Wow.
So
Yeah.
it's funny how, like I said, it's just there. Like sometimes we know stuff, like you could just look at a person and you could just see your whole life with them.
Mm.
And it could just be a thought. But it's crazy because my thought actually manifested, but years later.
Yeah. Yeah.
which is
Yeah.
wild, because I'll be saying it to her. It's like, yo, like I said it to her after we got together, like, yo, I always wanted to talk to you. Like, yo, I remember the first day I saw you. Describe what she had on, everything. Like I was sold. And I remember my man, like, yo, man, you don't need to be talking to her. Like, nah, stay away. Like, nah. And even my manager, he was like, yo, nah. Mm-mm. You got you got too many. I think because she I think at the time she probably had like four kids, and I had like three. So it was like, nah, y'all got too many kids already. Like y'all don't even need to create no more.
Yeah.
Like, mm-mm. And same thing. Look, and look, we got together. Like, and then we got together in the final tally. We got together. We had a baby, and that would be my fifth baby and her seventh.
Yeah.
So yeah, they
Yeah.
was
Yeah.
probably right. We ain't need no more, but yeah, yeah. And
that's
and that
that's a
and
powerful
that
story.
yeah, and that number five is the one that's giving me a run,
Yeah.
man.
Yeah.
I,
Yeah.
he wanted them like, yo, if you was here first, man, your siblings before you wouldn't even came here. Like if I would have had you first, them other ones that got here before you wouldn't even be here right now. Like,
Yeah.
so
Yeah, yeah, what's interesting is, I mean, you said quite a few things. One, like the whole social media aspect, because it's like, we are in a certain era in terms of how we meet people now, which is
yeah,
different than like kind of back in the day, like just kind of sort of thinking about specifically like the time period, like this project that I'm doing, like it represents a specific time period, like
yeah,
late 80s, 90s. But things really changed in terms of dating, like in the late 90s, 2000s, of course, the 2010s, and where we at
yeah,
now. Whereas like before, it was more of a thing like you would meet somebody face to face a lot of times, and that's how relationships started. But sometimes, like, you can get that energy off of a person online, and then when you meet them in person finally, like, it just amplifies what you knew about that person just
yeah.
off the energy
It
that they
confirms.
get.
Yeah,
Right. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Sometimes energy is a awesome thing in that way, whereas it's not always one of those things where like you have to be face to face, because sometimes I think people fall in love a little bit too much with the face to face, but there's no actual conversations being had. There's no really getting to know that person. I think sometimes online, at least if you're a person who believes in the courtship,
yeah,
it
yeah.
it,
Nah,
it kind of
no,
forces you to like get to know that person a little bit more.
yeah. But so with it, what initially we physical people. So
Mhm.
all we really know is the look. So you fall in love with just the look. Oh man, she's beautiful. But with
Mhm.
me, you'll look like I'll get drawn in by the look. But once I have a conversation with you and start talking with you, your looks change to me.
Yep. Yep.
Your looks
Ooh, that's
change to
powerful.
me just by hearing you speak or the way you talk. Like, oh man, like yo, like her mindset, her goals, man. Now she's becoming even more beautiful. like,
Yeah.
yeah, man. Yo, she's so focused on life, man. Yo, the way she take care of her kids, man. Yo, the way she take care of me, like all that is amplifying how I already thought, how I already felt on what drew me in. So now all these other things is like I said, it's like the seasoning on it. It's like you putting the seasoning
Mhm.
on love. All right, yeah,
Yeah.
let me a dash of how she take care of her man, or a dash of how she take care of her kids. Like, oh man, like just you know, I
I
said,
love the way
no,
you I
yeah,
love the way you put that. I love the way
yeah,
you put that. Little seasoning.
yeah. I'm saying,
The
cause I,
Lowry's of love.
yeah, pretty much, man. I said, yeah, pretty much,
Yeah, yeah. That's awesome, man. That's awesome. So,
man.
of course, we got to tie in the music aspect. Well, before we even get to there, like, whether you include this specific young lady or like just giving your history relationships period, like
Yeah, yeah.
what does a woman look like who brings a love that's something new? Like, what does she look, what does she speak, what does she act like, specifically at this stage of your life? Like, what yeah, I mean, you
It's
probably already have it, but like.
yeah. Then now I got you. What draw? Like I said, it's just pretty much like just to have a conversation. Just have a conversation. Like I like to like you start talking about your future and what you want to do with your life. Like I'm one of them that likes to like people to dream and have a focus. So all that different stuff kind of like that's a turn on to me. Like, man, she focused in life, yo. She trying to take care of herself. Like, all right, you know what? She really about herself. Like it's just like I said, it's little things that turn me off, that turn me on. Then it's little things that turn me off. Like I said, same like the I'm talking about now. I think I was on the phone with her one day and I was at work and my boss was saying something to me. And my boss was pointing at something with her finger and her nails wasn't done.
Mm,
I'm not like she had chipped nail polish. From a little
mm,
kid, chipped nail polish always turned me off. Like
yeah.
that upset my whole life. I'm
Yeah.
like, yo, and I'll be like, yo. So I'll be like, yo, and I'll be like, damn, yo, I feel bad for this woman. She was like, what you mean? I was like, I said, nobody loves her. Nobody cares for her. I said, because
Mm,
who let her walk out the house like that?
mm,
She was like, what you mean? Maybe she don't have the money. I said, I get it. She may not have the money, but you know, realistically, you get some nail polish remover from the dollar store. like,
yeah. Yeah.
like take care of that. Like you can't be
Mhm.
walking around like that. Like that's kind of it draws attention to me. Like that tells me something about yourself. Like I get that nails break, things happen, but I'm talking about where the you got on red nail polish and it's all chipped up and like you done went to war with your fingers and like nah, that's not appealing. like
Right. Yeah.
like that's like taking care of yourself. Like to me, that's like putting on dirty drawers. Like, like
I
oh,
feel
what's
you on
going
that.
on? Like nah, this how you present yourself to the world.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like I can't like that. Like that. That's like my number one pet peeve. Like I said, from a little kid, that
Mhm.
always turned me off.
Yeah,
So
yeah, I'm actually with you on that. I've never really been a fan of like chip nail polish, man. Like, and I didn't even look at it from that particular perspective of
yeah.
like no one loves you if they let you walk around like that. You know what I'm saying? Or you ain't got enough people in your corner telling you like, look, sis, that ain't it. You know what I mean?
yeah.
Like, I never
Like
even looked at it like that, but it was just one of those. But now that you're saying that, it's like it makes that like make more sense. You know what I'm saying? Like why I don't like it. You know?
yeah, like sometimes we don't like stuff and we don't even know why. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like we can't explain it. But then somebody else said, because I said it to her, and when I said it to her, she was like, damn. And she be on the phone, yeah, I got let me go get my nails done because I can't be walking around. Like
Yeah.
she'll be like, yo, that's one of the things she picked up from me. Like she
Yeah.
even was with her daughter one time. She was like, "Oh, he about to give you a whole speech." I'm like, yo, your man really love you. Like, he really take care of you. Like
Yeah.
why he letting you walk around like that? What you
Right.
mean? I'm like, listen, I'm not even saying that he like honestly, if it get to the like if you have to pay for it, pay for it. I don't care. I'm not allowing you to walk around like that. You know what?
Right.
I won't eat lunch today. Take care of that. Yo,
Mhm.
like
Mhm.
if I gotta make a sacrifice, I'm not, because now it's a reflection on me. Yo,
Yeah.
Hell
Yeah.
got his woman walking around looking crazy. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like he walking around crazy. Like,
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah. That's real
nah,
though.
it is. Like I said,
Yeah.
and like I said, sometimes your partner's a reflection of you sometimes. So you
Mhm.
always gotta make sure, your partner upkeep is how you is. But
That's right.
we as people kind of look at things as, oh, he trying to control me. Why he want to know what I'm wearing? It's not
Yeah.
about control. You're a reflection of me. I want to make
That's
sure we in sync. I
mhm.
can't, if they talking about you, they talking about me.
Yeah.
Like
That's
it's
right.
it's a
That's right.
it's a us thing. It's not control. Like
Mhm.
it's we going out as a couple. Maybe I wanna color coordinate with you. Maybe I want to do that.
Yeah.
Maybe I want to just make sure we look like we belong together. You
Right.
know,
Right.
I got on the tracksuit. You over here with a whole dress on. Like we don't even look like a couple.
That's right. Yeah. Yeah.
Like we look like we just bumped into each other. Yo, where you at? Oh, come.
Mhm.
I'm saying, like, nah. But we as people, he trying to control me. It's not control. Like you
Yeah.
gotta really look at things from different aspects. Like the world is big. You can't just look at it one way. And
Yeah.
unfortunately, a lot of us look at things one way. Like we argumentative people. Like somebody said to me once, like, yo, we don't listen to listen half the time. We
Yeah.
listen to defend.
Mhm.
Like the minute somebody say, "Let me talk to you," you scrunch up your face and you already in war mode. Like, yeah, let me talk to you. All right, come on, let's go. What do you want to talk about? Like,
Yeah.
as opposed to just dropping your guard and let me listen. What do you have to say? So,
Mhm.
yeah,
Yeah. Yeah, that's real. That's real, and that's something, and it circles right back around to what you said about conversation. You know, like why it's important to have that as part of the something new in a relationship because it's like that communication aspect is very important, and that you could go through certain experiences where it's bad communication and that
Yeah.
person doesn't listen enough, or they, or they talk too much, or they might be a little bit too passive in certain situations. You know what I'm saying? Like there
Yeah.
is no response to certain things that you might say or you might express or whatever, or there might be an over response, an overreaction to certain
Yeah.
things. That's why that whole communication aspect and listening to understand, like, why that's so important when somebody new comes along. Because if you've had bad experiences, you don't want that again. You don't want to keep repeating the same thing, expecting a different result. So
Yeah, because you caught up in the cycle. I said
right.
I've had that early on in a relationship where I'm taking my old baggage in, but I don't know what it was. I think she had said something to me, and it really checked me. I was like, you know what? It made me think. Was like, you know what? I'm addressing this situation and this whole situation like it's my past relationship, as
Mm,
opposed to this is something new, and let me not make the mistakes that I made in my previous. Like I'm bringing the wrong type of energy into this relationship.
yeah.
I'm defending myself off of how I defended myself in the past. I can't do that. This is something new.
Hmm.
Like let me not let this person suffer for what the last person did to me.
Yeah. 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 That's bars. Straight up bars right there.
Yeah, and
And
that's why we end up in the same cycle all the time. Cause like
yeah.
well, why you keep having the same outcome? Because you keep coming at the relationship the same way you come at every relationship. You can't do that. Like you really gotta listen to what this person you're dealing with needs and wants are. You can't go
Yeah.
off of what. Well, the last woman I was with, she like this, so this one go like this. Nah, that's a whole different person. Like that's a whole
Hmm.
different female. Like the same thing. Like you may in a house. Just like I said, I got 5 kids. At one point, all 4 of them was in the house. So I can't treat all 4 of them the same. Like I
Right.
can't, because them is 4 different personalities. So I can't
Mhm.
treat them all 4 the same. So why would you date a woman and treat her the same way you treated the last woman?
Right. Right. Makes no sense.
Yeah. I'm saying certain things you can do, but
Hmm.
just some things you gotta call a different play. You gotta call an audible. You gotta make a change or something. Like you can't.
I like that. Call a audible.
Yeah.
They work. Omaha.
Exactly. Yeah. Yeah. You gotta switch it up.
Yeah.
You gotta
Yeah.
switch it up.
Absolutely, man. I love that. I love that. You dropping some gems today, bro. This why I'm glad I brought you on. This is exactly why I'm so glad I
Oh,
brought you on. You know what I
listen,
mean?
I told you, man. I like that. Like that's my topic. I used to tell people, like you know what, like I'm man. I said LL ain't retire out the game yet because I ain't getting. I think I'm the only one that could take his spot. I used to
Yeah.
I used to call myself LL Cool H. Like yeah,
Yeah.
like ladies love Cool Hell. Like you know what, I got that. So
I like that. I like that. So now we gonna get into like the artists, like the R&B, you know what I'm saying? So like I said before, like this project is focusing on a specific, like being inspired by a specific time period, because that's the time period like I really like fell in love with R&B, like late 80s, pretty much the whole 90s. But like, who are some of your favorite R&B acts, like including but not limited to that time?
be honest, like I probably more or less in the 2000s. I
Okay.
probably got into R&B.
Okay.
And it's crazy because I used to tell people like when I sit down and write a rap, I listen to R&B to get inspired. Like
Hmm.
I listen to R&B to get inspired, just because to me I fall in love with words and writing. Like yo, you heard what he said? Like I want to be like that's one of the things I miss about music now. Like I love digital stuff to a certain extent, but I miss looking through the liner notes and seeing who wrote this.
Yes.
Yo, who
Yes.
wrote this song? Who did that? because one of my favorite R&B artists of all time is Tank.
Nice. Yes.
Just off his pen game, like his pen game be real. Like his pen game is real to me. Like some of the artists he's wrote for, some of the songs he do, like a Tank album, like it's over. Like anybody know me, Tank got an album out, I'm on it. Like that's my guy. Like I'm on it. My favorite artist of all time. I could sing his songs like I wrote them. Like that's that's my guy from day one. Like I know the albums that don't nobody even know. Like, like that's my guy. Like I said, and it's like I said, it's something that like you really could relate to. Cause like I said, I listen to words. So it's like matter of fact, I was just at this concert last night with couple R&B artists. And Brian McKnight was singing Anytime. And I looked at the young lady I was with. I was like, yo, you know I could sing this to you. Like everything he's saying, yo, that's like that's the way I feel. Like, yo, he wrote, like I'd be like, yo, he wrote this song for me.
Yeah.
Like he wrote for me. He wrote this song for me to express how I feel about you. Like, yo, like that, you know. I said it's just, but like I said, it's just tons of artists I love. And like I said, it's not just like I said, it's not just like Tank, my favorite artist, but my favorite song of all time R&B is Tender Love.
Ooh, that's a good one.
That come on, the world stops. Like, yo, that's it. Like the world stopped. It's over.
Yeah.
It's over. It's over. It's over.
Yeah. That's a great one right there.
It's
great
over.
One.
Yeah. And same thing. Like I said, I get drawn in by stuff because I start seeing. I hear it. I instantly go back to the scene in Crush Groove where they played it. Which is where I heard the song for the first time. So I said, and it's just a lot of it's just a lot of it's just so much artists. Like you got, because look at what came out in the 90s. I think they played it last night. Tevin Campbell. Like that song is wild old, but people know it like it just came out yesterday.
Yeah.
And that to me, and that's one of the things that's the difference to me about some of the music out now as opposed to then. It's like, yo, this song is cool. It's all right for now, but I don't see us sitting there 20 years later like, yo, you remember that?
Right.
Nah, it don't have that feel. It's kind of like the same thing you were just saying before we got on. Like you know, the bridges is missing. Like like some of the 70 records where you have dude just have a whole speech on the record where he talking to his lady. Like that's missing because them dudes was actually, they was spitting game. Like they was they was talking. Like I said, my words and the way I speak, it's just so vivid. Cause I be listening to certain songs, I be like, man, I give him my drawers. Like, yo, like he's speaking. Like, man, like, yo, like, I'm about to lose it. Like, yo, crazy.
Some songs.
Yeah. Like, man, listen. Like, listen.
That's hilarious.
Listen. I said same thing. Cause like I said, Tank, come on, I told you. They be looking at me like I'm crazy. I'm like, yo, you not hear what this man saying? Cause in my mind it's like, yo, at that point, when I'm listening to certain R&B songs, like I be in the zone. Like, all right, I'm him. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like I'm him. I remember I was dating this one girl one time. She was a mood killer though. Like, cause I put the candles on, had the candles on, the room set up, the music playing. She come in the room, blow the candles out. I'm like, yo, you not serious. Like, yo. Like, yo. I'm putting in the time and effort because to me, everything is an experience. Like everything is an experience. Like and like I said, I'm one of them where reputation is everything. So I'm always on my A game and try to put on a performance to where, like, all right, ain't nobody gonna be out here talking negatively about me. like, like,
Right.
like the last thing anybody gonna say is, yo, help, man, that dude, he treated me bad.
Yeah.
Never, never. It will never, never. I want to be the type of dude where you don't even want to tell your girlfriends what I be doing. You just want my man good. That's it. That's all you need to know. Because you don't want them in your business, and you don't want them talking to me or looking at me crazy. But that's it. Like, he treat me good. That's all you need to know. What you don't need to know. You know
Right.
what I'm
Right.
saying? You don't need to
that's
know. You don't need to know.
that's above your pay grade.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, exactly. Because you over there telling them, yeah, my man, I like saying, like, I never really understood too how dudes sit there and talk about they lady crazy. Like, I had to
Yeah.
correct somebody at work one day. He was like, yeah, me and my bitch. I'm like, yo, hold on. Yo, what? Yeah, my bitch. I said, yo, first off, that you love this woman? Yeah. So why are you referring to her as that in front of
Right.
these group of strangers that you don't know?
Right.
So now when they see a lady, you done gave them a gateway and openly they ain't got no respect for her. Cause you ain't got no respect for her.
That part.
So and then that's your wife. This how you refer to your wife?
Right. That's wild.
Yeah, that was even crazy to me. This how you refer to your wife?
Yeah.
Nah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Nah,
Yeah.
like I be trying to check, like, yo, that's unacceptable. Like, that's
Mm.
not how you speak about your wife. First off, you shouldn't even be having this type of conversation about your wife.
Yeah.
Nah, I walk away from them conversations because now you want to know. Because now, when your wife does come in here, come in the room, now dudes is looking at her. You know, they yeah, man. Oh,
Yeah. Yeah.
yo, I might need to get me some of that. Now you go to the bathroom, he over there trying to, yeah. So what you doing?
Right.
Like,
Right.
nah, you gotta hold. Like I said, no matter what, if that's your woman, you gotta treat her as your queen, no matter what.
That's right. That's right.
And you
Absolutely.
always and same thing, like the board game. You got, what's the goal? You gotta protect your queen. You gotta
Mm-hmm.
protect your queen.
Come on now.
Yeah,
Come on
and
now.
part of the protection is how you talk about her, how you speak about her, how you bring her up.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm
Absolutely.
saying it works both ways. It's the same thing where I be telling people, like, yo, like I had a partner of mine. He could never understand why his woman family didn't like him. I
Mm.
said, you know why? Because the minute you make her mad, you know who she on the phone with? Her family. Yeah,
Yep.
he did this. All she do, only time they hear about you is when you make her mad.
Yeah.
So when they see you, they already got a preconceived notion about you. Like, yeah, he be treating her bad. She don't never call him and tell him, yo, he did this, he did that. No, she just want to call when she got something to vent about. So
Right.
now, when you come in the room, they already guard up. Yeah, this dude. And she went back to him.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because he was like, yo, and so he having arguments with her. Yo, you never defend me. I said, you know what? You may not hear her defend you, but where she sleep at every night?
Hmm.
Who she go home to?
Mm-hmm.
You. So
Mm-hmm.
basically, she making her choice. That's
Yeah.
her defending you by going back home to you. You think she ain't having these arguments with them, asking her like, why she going back home to you? Like, she's
Right.
defending you.
Yeah.
Just because you don't hear her defending you, by her coming back and getting in the bed with you and sleeping with you that night that y'all had
Mm-hmm.
this argument at her parents' house,
Yeah.
she's she's defending you.
Yeah. Exactly. Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. That's real right there. That's real right there. Yeah. So you mentioned quite a few artists. First and foremost, much respect for Tank. You know, I don't hear enough people talk about like just how great Tank is, and especially his pen. His pen game is immaculate. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Probably one of the best writers of the
Yeah.
last 25 years, you know, in terms of like music, specifically R&B music. And of course, you know, he represents my area of the country. So,
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm always
Yeah.
a champion for Tank, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But like But you also mentioned Tevin Campbell, and I don't know if this song would be the song that would qualify for this, but was there a specific song that you heard, like whether it was, and it could be any song, like it doesn't have to be necessarily the period where you fell in love with R&B, but just any song like R&B wise where you heard it and it made you like you think new love and it made you look forward to finding a love like that one day.
It could. I told you, it could almost be anything. Like I said, I'm really a listener, so it's like I'm listening to certain things, and I be like, it puts me in that time frame. Like same thing, like what was it? Maybe like High Five, um, Kissing Game came out.
Mm,
Like man, I'm thinking, I'm like, all right, yeah, I get this. Like I said, I told you, I'm always setting up a plot or a scenario. So as I'm listening to these albums, I'm like, all right, cool. This song was set this type of mood. All right, yo, the young lady gonna come over. I'm gonna play this album. Like, all right, cool. We gonna listen to this album together.
yeah.
You know, like different stuff like that. And then be honest, like the whole Tank thing, what really made me like I went back and listened to his albums because what really got me into him was when I found out what he was writing for other artists.
Mm-hmm.
And
Yep.
I was like, yo, like I didn't know at first that he wrote "Oh" for Marion, or that he wrote all them songs for Chris Brown and all that. And I was like, oh wait, hold on.
Yep.
Let me go back and see what this guy got.
Yeah.
Cause
Yeah.
all I knew was I deserve. That's all I knew was I
Mm-hmm.
deserve. Because I think
Mm-hmm.
I really ain't get into him to maybe like his third or his fourth album. And then I found out about the writing and I was like, you know what? Let me go back. Cause
Yeah.
even his partner that writes with him is dope too. Jay Valentine. He's a
Oh
dope
yeah.
writer too.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and I've just recently been listening to some of his stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And then, like I said, just whole thing. And it's crazy because growing up, my cousin used to play New Edition all the time. And I
Mm-hmm.
wasn't I wasn't trying to hear it. I wasn't trying to hear it.
Yeah.
But now I done seen New Edition in concert like 5 times.
Yeah.
Like,
Oh yeah. Yeah. New edition
and
concerts. Woo.
and I'm talking about new edition as a whole with Bobby.
Yep. Yeah.
with Bobby. I've seen New
Yeah.
Edition. Every time I seen them, it was always all of them. Except
That's
for
awesome.
I think one time I saw Belle Biv DeVoe.
Mm-hmm.
But they was billed as Belle Biv DeVoe. Any other time, it was New Edition in its entirety.
Yeah. Yeah.
You
You got
know,
a treat.
like and man, any of them, man, anything from them is over for me. Like,
Yeah.
can can you stand the rain? One of my top songs of all time. Like I remember my son was in camp. They sung that song. I said, Joe, why y'all butcher my song like that? I said, I said, I said, why y'all tear that song up so bad? Like,
Yeah. Yeah. You can't do that to that song.
nah, not at all. But like I said, it's everything. And like even now we don't get the visuals like we used to. Like all that matter of fact, on the subject of talking about bridges, you know what's a fire song? The Juice Man. Where he
Mm.
was like where he had the whole speech where yeah, I saw you. You was standing in the rain where he followed her around. Like I'm like, man, like we don't get that no more. You got the actual character. Like you got like real life characters in the song. Like you got
Mhm.
men like nowadays in songs the man is up here and he not bringing himself down. Then there like those songs he was getting before on the bridge, the man would lower himself and and talk about how he feels and open
Mhm.
himself up.
Yeah.
You don't get that no more
Yeah.
because it's so much bravado now. Like, nah, I'm too good to lower myself.
That's
Nah,
real. Yeah.
show like nah when you but it comes in the which also plays in the love because somebody really can't love you if you don't never let your guard down a little bit.
Mhm.
You gotta let your guard down a little bit. You gotta have that kink in that armor. You gotta have that soft spot.
Yeah. That's right.
Or and by not doing that, you're depriving yourself. Cause it's not to me. to love somebody is one of the greatest feelings in the world.
Yes,
Like
it is.
whether it be a partner, your love for a child, a love for music, like any type of love is beautiful, and it brings just so much. It breeds so much energy and so much life. Like you just feel different about everything. Like like when you in love, especially new love, because it's all new.
Mm-hmm.
It's all new, so it just it's like magic. It just bring like a whole different feel. Like you got a glow over you. You just feel different. Like I remember when I like my first like my last relationship, when I first in it, because I used to go by Hell Yeah, the frustrated MC. My man came, he was like, yo, man, you gonna have to change your moniker, yo. You ain't frustrated no more. I don't think I ever saw you this happy before. Like you ain't the frustrated MC no more, man. Nah, I ain't never seen you this happy. What what
Yeah.
what's she doing to you? like, yo, it's like I got a new lease on life, man. I'm just seeing things different. Because
Yeah.
at the end of the day, you basically just you looking at the you not looking at the world just through your eyes no more. You know what I'm saying you got a partner now. You in love
Mm.
with your partner. So now you're trying to make the world better for you and her. So you're kind of looking through the world through her eyes. So
Yeah.
that also kind of fuels the newness, because the same thing you was looking at yesterday, you looking at it different because you looking at it through a whole new set of eyes,
Yeah.
a whole different feeling.
Mm-hmm.
And like I said, and I'm one of them that's big on the universe. So I feel everything just start talking to you. Like I be watching TV and I be going through stuff. I be like, yo, they watching me. like this the same way I was feeling. Like, yo, me and her just had this conversation. Like, yo, what's going on here?
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
you know, weird.
Yeah. Yeah. Nah, that's real though. That's real though. Yeah, man. Yeah, again, you dropping some gems with this conversation, man. Lots of gems. Like the whole time I'm listening to you, I'm like, he just gets it. He just gets it. You know what I mean? Well, you
Yeah,
said, and I want to point out something also that you said, because it's so interesting that one of the first things you said when I asked the question, the first song you mentioned was High Five the Kissing Game. Because interestingly enough, that's one of the very songs that like inspired this song. You know what I'm saying? Like that,
yeah,
well, this particular song that the conversation is around.
yeah,
Or I should say that the song that inspired this particular series of
yeah.
conversations.
The idea, yeah,
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Because it's like it's that almost like that young love, that innocent love. Like you
yeah,
don't know no better until like you really get deep into the trenches of being with somebody. You know, like
yeah,
it's fun. And sometimes I think it's a balance. Well, you know, like me, I'm a Libra, so everything's about balance. And so or striking the balance. And so like it's finding a way to always keep that feeling of like just kind of sort of that free flowing kind of care. I won't say carefree, but just kind of free flowing feeling. Whereas like you know that a relationship takes work. You know that there's certain things that you have to do in order to really maintain a relationship. But part of maintaining that relationship is finding those new moments or finding those games, so to
yeah.
say. Not the nonsense games, but the games
Nah,
that
nah,
you kind of sort of
yeah.
that keep it interesting in a relationship. You
But
know,
that's
like,
why they say, like, I'll tell people, like, you gotta you don't never. I'm big on, date night is important.
yes.
It's important. It's 7 days out the week. Like we easily get caught up in work, dealing with the kids and all this other stuff. But you gotta find time to catch up with your partner. Like away from everything else, you gotta find time to set that time aside with your partner just so y'all can stay grounded. Cause it's crazy. We do so much. Those of us men that do, like, we do so much to get the girl. Then
Mm,
once we got them, no, you gotta keep fighting. You know what I'm saying? You gotta
yeah.
keep it interesting. You gotta keep her around. You can't do all this to get her and then just fall back. You can't be buying the flowers. You can't be taking out on dates. You can't be doing the surprise gifts and all that in the beginning. And then once you got her, you don't do none of that. Nah, you gotta keep it going.
Yeah.
Like you gotta keep things going. Like that. That's what made her fall for you. That's what reeled her in. So
Mm-hmm.
you don't switch up. Like you gotta keep that same stuff going. If it lasts 10, 15 years, guess what? That's 10, 15 years that you got to put in that work. Like one of the biggest arguments I have with people, and one of the things that upset me the most is I tell people this: like you work a job every day, and you won't curse your boss. You won't you'll lower yourself to your boss, but you'll come home and talk crazy to your partner.
Mm.
Why not have a little bit of that same with strength that you hold in to not go upside your boss head that work your last nerves? Like just bring that to your relationship and
Mm-hmm.
see how much better your relationship would be.
Yeah.
I'm saying talk to your partner with the same way you would talk to your boss so he won't fire you. I'm saying like so
Right.
talk to your partner that way. So you only have that. You can only speak to your partner that way because they don't pay you a check. That's what it's really about? So you motivated by money.
Right.
So I must go into this relationship and pay you for you to give me the same respect that you give your boss. You don't love your boss. You didn't tell your boss that you was go be with him for better and worse and all this, but you're giving him more respect than you're giving your partner. Like so, that's
Yeah.
just that. Like that's life to me. Like
Yeah. Yeah. That's real.
yeah, because like I tell people, relationships isn't hard. It's people that make it hard because we don't want to do the work. Like
Mm.
no matter what it is in life you do, you have to do the work. How do
That's
you
right.
get better at stuff? You train.
Mm-hmm.
What do you think going on dates is? You're training your relationship.
Yep.
You're building a foundation.
Yep.
Then on top of that, them kids you got, they see that. Yo, mom always mom and dad always made time to make sure that they spent time together. So
Mm-hmm.
now you're passing this along. You're embedding that. It ain't like man, mom and dad was always arguing. So now you're in a relationship and you and your lady arguing. That's commonplace
Yep.
because that's what you grew up seeing.
Yeah.
So take that same energy and just show them something different. Show them like, you know what? This is how you speak to your partner. This is how you have a communication with your partner. Like you don't you don't you don't argue in front of your kids and then fix the argument behind closed doors. If you argued in front of them, you got to fix it in front of them so
That's
they
right.
see that there's a resolution as opposed to nah, they just argue. No,
Mm.
they argue like it's like to me, like I said, it's simple. Cause look at it, like in a boxing match, yo, they beat the mess out of each other for 3 minutes, but then they stop for a whole minute and go to their corner so they don't kill each other, like
Right.
just to get a breather and take a break.
Mm-hmm.
So even in a relationship, sometimes you may have to like I'll tell my partner, yo, in mid argument, yo, I don't want to discuss this right now. Let's not discuss this right now. Let's talk later.
Yeah.
But you got to make sure that later happens, which is the same thing
Yes.
like the boxing match. Yo, it's getting brutal. We about to kill each other in here. Let's both go to our corner and come back later.
Mm-hmm.
And that make
Yeah.
that make a hell of a difference.
Yeah. Yeah. That's that the boxing analogy is, I mean, that's fantastic. You know what I mean? Because um yeah, like you really do have to take those moments to just regroup before like you just go in and just, pound on the other person emotionally to the point of submission, you know what I'm saying? And then thinking about boxing as well, it's public. Everybody sees it. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
yeah, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like if everybody sees that you just beating up on that person, they should be able to see that it's like, okay, there's a little bit of mercy being shown. And then if you even pull in like the aspect, depending on like what the trash talk is like beforehand. It's like it's also a matter of, okay, if they have any bit of sportsmanship, they show it at the end of the fight, and everybody gets to see it. It's like
Yeah.
I ain't
Yeah.
just gonna beat you up the whole time and then like not show
Yeah.
you love afterwards. You know what I'm saying? Like, hey, good fight. You know, like I know
Yeah.
we was talking our smack to kind of sort of build up the
Yeah.
fanfare or whatever,
The
but
competitive and all this. Yeah. But
right, but good fight. I respect you. You know what I'm
yeah.
saying? Like I think, like you said, in a relationship, if that was so powerful because I've been there in situations, and the thing is, my son has really never seen me and my wife fight like frequently. It's been here and there, and it's
Yeah.
been, it's been serious, but we also modeled, like you said, we modeled in front of him the makeup,
Yeah.
us resolving things, because a lot of times he was affected by that. Like, and we didn't want him to be affected by that. So it's like, okay, we had a conversation with him, and that he can see that it's like, look, we love each other, we care about each other, and we got into it. But at the same time, we still care enough about each other to respect one another, and we want you to see like this is what healthy resolution of
Yeah.
situations look
Looks
like.
like. Yeah.
you know so that's man, that's powerful. That's really powerful, bro. And I appreciate you, like just even putting that out there. And that's, for a lot of people, that could be the something new, because
Yeah.
they could be, they could have grown up not seeing that in relationships, grown up with a mother and father, or grown up with, mama got the uncles,
Yeah.
you know what I mean,
Yeah.
or the boyfriends or whatever, or daddy got, his little things, the aunties, or his little things or whatever, and like they go through their spats and whatnot. But like the something new being like, okay, I don't want to model what I saw, so I'm going to model something different. Not, regardless if you have kids or not, but I just want something different than what I experienced growing up, or I want something different than what I experienced in past relationships. Like, I don't want the lack of communication, or I don't want to feel like, okay,
Yeah.
if we argue about something, we're going to go to sleep on our anger. That's one of the worst things like you could possibly do, because you don't
Yeah.
really resolve. It's the whole don't let the sun go down on your wrath. You know what I'm saying? Or don't let the
Yeah.
sun go down
Yeah.
on your anger thing. You know what I mean? So yeah, I think that that's really powerful, and for a lot of people, that could be the thing. It's like, I'm looking forward to that in a relationship, or I need that in a relationship.
Yeah. Yeah. And like same thing, and you could meet. That's which goes into talking and having a conversation. Like, you know
Yeah,
what? All right, if we just having a conversation about regular stuff, then we should be able to have a conflict resolution conversation with no
mhm,
problem. If we
yeah,
could talk about this TV show all day, why we can't talk about how we gonna fix this issue we having?
yeah,
You
yeah,
know? Yeah.
yeah. Absolutely, absolutely.
Yeah.
So the last set of questions I'm gonna ask you. Uh Now we talked about like the artists that you love R&B wise. We've talked about experiences that you've had with new love. Um and we talked about a couple of songs or whatever. But are you currently with the person who embodies a lot of the songs that like really make you think like something new? If you are, how do they embody it?
It depends on the song. Yeah. It more like it depends on the song. It depends on the song. Yeah, it depends on the song. Like I said, like same thing. Like I said, we was at the concert last night. Brian McKnight came on. The Anytime, it's the same thing. Like, yo, do you like? Do I quote? Like, I know I cross your mind, but I want to know, like, do I cross your mind? Do you think about me? Like, that's how I feel.
Hmm.
So yeah, like a lot of the song, like I said, it's more like when you're in it, you're in it. You're
Yeah.
in it. You're in it. I think Justin Timberlake just dropped a new song, and I was like, yo, I sent it to her, like, yo, word for word,
Hmm.
this is how I feel. And she hit me back like, yo, this is a lot. I said, yeah, that's how I feel. Like, yo, it's like every word, every
Yeah.
word,
Yeah.
every word,
Yeah.
every
Okay.
word.
Okay. I
Yeah,
like that. I like that. Yeah. I mean, hey, that's a great song to you know what I'm saying? Like the lyrics. I mean, it is one of those like really great lyrical songs, you know what I'm saying? First and foremost. I think that's the thing that like really jumped out to people among many things that jumped out to people about that song. Cause I mean, like I always whenever I think about Anytime, and a lot of people don't talk about this, but I always think of what's it? I think it's Outside Your Door by Michelle and Cello. Like the melodies are pretty much the same.
yeah,
You know what I'm saying? Like I always felt like Anytime bit the melody from that song, and
yeah,
and it's like, but it's like it's a similar energy. Very well written songs, very well executed vocally. And it was just one of those songs when Anytime was out was just like, I mean, that thing like hit like wildfire. Wildfire, man. Like I
yeah,
was in that's when I first really professionally started in radio at that time. And when I say it felt like that's all people wanted to hear, I get it. Like you talking almost 27 years after the fact, and I get it to this day. Like why that song still resonates so heavily. And then like for you to bring it up and for to be at a concert last night and that song is playing and it's like you like, looking at the lady you
yeah.
with. Hey, what's going
Hey,
on?
say hi.
We got an extra guest. Hey.
Yeah, it's nap time over.
Ah, I see. He
Nap
look he
time
looked like
over.
he's just waking up from that nap too.
Yep, yep.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, man.
But
But yeah, man, that's a good one right there. That's definitely a good one. So um I mean you pretty much like covered everything that I wanted to know from you specifically
yeah,
in terms of like your experiences with new love, the R&B that really kind of resonated with you, like coming up and everything. So I'm gonna give you this opportunity to just plug yourself. You are artist as well. You and I
yeah,
have now collaborated, which was a long time coming. So
yeah, yeah.
you know
Trust. We got some more coming up in the future because I got some
absolutely.
things I'm working on. I definitely go want to chat to you about. But
Yeah,
like I said, and it's like I said, a lot of my music is it's a lot of female songs in there. A lot of it is relationship based.
yeah,
And the new project I'm working on now it's a lot of that up there because it's actually it's what it's called everything 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 everybody dies.
mm, mm,
With it's a little harsh, but the realistic everything has a end date.
yeah,
No matter what it is, everything
yeah,
has an end date.
hmm,
So just pretty much, just appreciate what you have while you have it, because it
yeah,
could be gone like that. Like,
yeah,
like I said, if you got that job that you like, enjoy your time there while you there.
hmm,
If you with that woman, enjoy them good times while
yeah,
you have them good times. Like just really embrace it. And what I really like about this new project is, like I said, to me, it's a grown album. It's an adult album. You know what I'm
mm-hmm.
saying, you see the growth of a person. Like it's mature hip hop. Like
Yeah, yeah,
which we don't really have a lot of. You know what I'm saying, which we don't really have a lot of, because I think that to me, I think that's the issue kind of with the music. There's a whole generation gap missing. And one of the things that upset me the most about hip hop is we're the only genre that doesn't that looks down on your age
mm-hmm.
as you go older. You got like Ozzy Osbourne is near death and he's still making music.
Right.
Like, but ain't nobody telling him sit down,
Mm-hmm.
because like if you make music, you create. So your mind always you always got a creative mind. Musicians don't retire. Like
Right.
you always thinking. Like to me, music is therapy. So I'm always gonna have songs to write about. I'm always gonna have stuff to talk about because music is therapy.
Yep.
Like it's therapy. But for some reason in hip hop, nah, you ain't a certain age. Nobody want to hear that.
Mm-hmm.
But on the flip side, if you look at it, if you look at a lot of the shows that's being done now, who's on these tours? All your
Yep.
90s are.
Yep.
Like
Exactly.
who's selling out these venues? All these 90s, 2000 artists.
Mm-hmm.
Like
Mm-hmm.
you're not getting the artists that's out now. They're not getting the big venues like that. They're not filling the venues. You're getting all these 90s acts and all these 2000 acts that are coming in getting they due that they wasn't getting back then
Right.
because there's a need or there's a void for that type of music. Like
Yeah.
last night, I don't think the DJ played anything new. Everything he
Mm.
played in between sets was 90s, 2000s, 90s, 2000s.
Yeah.
I don't even think I heard nothing from 2010 and up. Like,
Wow. Wow.
so like I
Yeah.
said, there's a void. And
Mm-hmm.
I don't understand what happened, how that void got missed, because there's definitely one.
Yeah. Absolutely. Absolutely.
Man.
Well, so plug yourself, brother. You know what I'm saying? Where can people
Yeah,
connect with you? They can
I'm
where
saying,
can they find your music, everything?
I'm on all streaming platforms. Anything like I said, that's my name right there at the bottom. Hell yeah, you could look that up. It's yeah with 4 E's. You look that up, you'll find me. I said I shot a short film maybe about a year ago. Called No Filter. Low,
Okay.
low 10, 15 minute short film. Real different. Like
Yeah.
real
Yeah.
different. And be honest with you, on the subject of love, to me, that's a new love. That's also a new love that kind of got me excited
Mm,
because I'm like, as I'm in the room and the actors are out there, I'm hearing the actors go over their lines, and I'm sitting there like the males on this side and the females on that side, they all going over their lines, and I'm sitting in the middle and I'm listening. I'm like, yo, this speak sounds so familiar, but I wrote
yeah.
it. Like I wrote it, and it's crazy because I wrote it the same way I speak.
Yeah.
So that's what really made it weird. You can't lay on the table because you blocked the camera. So that's what really made it weird. And it really kind of gave me like a new feeling like, yo, I like this. And
Yeah.
just the fact that I had a thought in my head and turned it into a 15-minute film,
Mm,
it was something different. It was
yeah.
something different.
Yeah.
And I
Yeah. I
said, if anybody interested, you could type up no filter short film on YouTube. It's gonna be up a little while. I'm about to take it down in a little bit, but it's definitely something to check out. Like it's definitely something to check out. It's definitely different.
Absolutely. Absolutely. That's awesome, man. That's awesome. So, like the multi hyphenate, that's what we gotta accept. I always shout out my sister D.O. Ashley Brown. She always says embrace the slash. You know what I'm saying? We
Yeah,
are more than just, one thing as creatives a lot of times. So,
yeah, that's
like
it.
I think that's
Yeah,
awesome. Yeah.
yeah. There's so many forms of creation. Like,
Hmm.
and like I said, which is the same thing. It's new. It's new love. In order for you to create it, you love it. So it falls into what you're saying. Just embracing new love. It makes you feel different, and it gives you a different type of energy to just make you want to do more.
That's
Oh
right. That's
man,
right. I love that perspective. Absolutely
yeah,
love that perspective.
yeah,
Yeah, man. Well, I appreciate you so much for coming on this conversation, being one of the first people to jump at the chance to, have this conversation with me. I'm definitely looking forward to collaborating with you on some more things in the future, whether it's on this platform, whether it's artistically or just man to man. You know what I'm saying? Like this is
yeah.
just a great
Nah, we
conversation.
all that. Nah, all that. All that definitely. You see why I was one of the first to jump on. Like, oh, what? Oh, yeah, I got
Yeah.
something to say.
Yeah.
Yeah, like, oh, I got something to say.
Yeah, yeah. And this is a bonus because this is the first time like you and I have been able, I've had multiple platforms. This is the first time that you and I have been able to like chop it up on a platform of mine. So that's an added bonus. You know
Yeah,
what
yeah, yeah,
I mean?
yeah. I know. Now you really see I got a lot to say.
And I love it. I love it. I
Yeah,
love it.
yeah,
I'm here for it. You know what I'm
yeah,
saying? So I appreciate you once again, my brother. And we'll definitely be talking again very soon in the future, man.
yeah. Definitely, definitely. Because I be honest, I'm actually trying to figure it out now. Because I still want to shoot a video for that tune we did.
Oh,
So
yes,
I'm I'm
yes.
I'm I'm in the process of trying to figure something out for that.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
like I
I'm
said,
game for that.
yeah, I know. Like I said, I'm dead. Just to let you know, you ain't here, you ain't heard from me, but trust me, I'm working.
I
I'm
know you
I'm
are. You
working.
just like me.
Yeah, but once I get everything finalized, then I'm gonna run it past you. So, but
My man.
it's definitely a video or something coming for that because that tune is something different.
Yeah,
And you kind of like that kind of is it gives you an idea what the album sounds like because that's a grown up song.
it
Like
is.
that's a
Very.
that's grown man music. Like,
Yeah. Yeah. That's why I love it. That's why I
yeah,
love it. And it's love. You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
Like it's a hip hop record, but it's like a love record too. And we need
yeah,
way more of those in hip hop. You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
So
exactly. Yeah.
yeah. Yeah, man. Well, once again, I appreciate you, my brother, and we'll definitely be talking soon.
All right, keep it green.
Okay. Always, always. All
All right,
right, brother.
all right, later.
Peace. All right, ladies and gentlemen. Once again, that's my brother Hell Yeah. Uh Great conversation tonight. Um, it's all about not just having a new love, but experiencing that new love or keeping it new. Like always keeping that something new feeling. That's a very special thing. And sometimes it's a hard thing to do. But it's a necessary thing to do when it comes to love. So once again, I appreciate my brother for coming on. Of course, as always, I have a new single out, something new that is the inspiration for this whole situation that we got going on right now. The single is currently out on all digital streaming platforms. On iTunes, on Amazon, on Tidal, on Spotify. Even though you don't see the Spotify logo here, it is on Spotify. But I always tell people buy the record. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, it's cool to stream or whatever, but it's just so much easier if you just buy it. Because then you can play it as much as you want. It's $1 most places. And I just always believe in supporting, especially independent artists. I would tell anybody to do the same thing for my friends who are independent artists as well. Please support independent music. You know what I mean? So if you love instrumentals and you love beats, because for whatever reason, they're becoming really, really popular. People just love playing instrumentals. I'm here for it. It's a good time for me because, hey, I love making instrumentals. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes I honestly enjoy it a little bit more than rapping. I'm not even going to hold you. You know what I'm saying? But at any rate, please support the new single. It is out right now. You can go to my Bandcamp page, which is ajthrowback.bandcamp.com to get it. You can go to my website, which is bammllc.net/music to get it as well. Just to let you know, the version that is on the streaming platforms is a little different than the one that's on my Bandcamp page and my website. It's only because I turned in one version, listened to it, I was like, I could do this better. And the version that's on the Bandcamp page of my website is just a smidge better. That's another incentive for you to come to either my website or Bandcamp to come get the new single. And also, if you're not already following me on social media, please make sure that you do so. The main place you can find me is either on IG or Threads. I am at a.j.throwback. That's also the same place where you can find me on TikTok, on Facebook, and X. Even though I'm not on X as much as I was at one point, it is AJ Throwback. And then right here on YouTube, hopefully you've already subscribed to my YouTube page, which is at AJ Throwback 928. So if you haven't already subscribed, please make sure you do that. Like, comment, share, and of course, subscribe. Hit the bell notification so that whenever I go live or whenever I premiere a new video, you'll be among the first to know. Also, I have a merch line, or those of you who know me know I have a merch line. This is one of my merch pieces right here. If you like any merch that you see on me from week to week, I have a brand, Balance and Act Trinkets and Clothing House, or short form is Batch. You can go to BAMMLLC.net/shop batch. Once again, that's BAMMLLC.net/shop batch. I will be having pieces that will be centered around not only this single, but just the project in general that I'll be rolling out during Black Music Month. Because everything is about timing, everything is about theme, everything is done with a purpose. Y'all know how I roll, those of y'all who do know me. And I just want to thank y'all once again for tuning in tonight for this conversation, or this particular part of the conversation of Bring Back the Love Conversations, or as I like to say, bring back TLC, because it's not only the love conversations, but bring back the tender love and care to the conversation piece, to R&B, to everything, to the love, because love is work. You got to put in that work. You know what I mean? So again, I appreciate everybody for tuning in. Next week, we'll be having another special guest, so make sure that y'all tune in for that particular episode of Bring Back the Love Conversations. Until then, I've been your host, AJ Throwback, and y'all take care. Make sure that y'all keep the love in place as always. Peace, y'all.